Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Games, and today we are doing an impromptu second upload, a news video, because we had some breaking news. We have a new Fire Emblem game out now. It was announced today, it's out today, and that is Fire Emblem Shadows. This is a new mobile game developed by Intelligent Systems and DNA, the developers of Fire Emblem Heroes, and it is very weird. And I can kind of see why they shadow dropped it. It seems a little iffy. I've played an hour so far, and the game has some cool ideas, but also I'm not quite so sure if they're really executing them properly. So today we are talking about Fire Emblem Shadows, my very early impressions, but also just the fact that this game exists because it came out of nowhere, and now we have a Fire Emblem release for 2025, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so first things first, before we get to the gameplay and impressions, I do want to read through the press release that Nintendo put out today. So, Fire Emblem Shadows, a smart device game introducing a new style of battles featuring role-playing and social deduction, available today. Now, I saw social deduction, and I'm like, oh my god, they made an Among Us game. And it's not quite that, however, it definitely does have Among Us elements in it. So the game is out now on iOS and Android. You should have no problem finding it there, depending on your country. Here in the US anyway, it'll come right up when you search it now. They say the gameplay of Fire Emblem Shadows combine real-time strategy and social deduction. One of the three allies participating in each battle is secretly a treacherous disciple of Shadow. Players choose to take on the role of either a disciple of Light, aiming to find their way through the labyrinth, or a disciple of Shadow. After the initial battle, players vote to determine who they believe is the treacherous disciple of Shadow. The outcome of the vote affects whether the next battle is more favorable or more challenging. Whether the disciples of Light can correctly discover the traitor, or the disciple of Shadow can successfully deceive the others, holds the key to how the next battle unfolds. So I played through the tutorial and done a couple of matches. This is an online multiplayer game where you are playing with two other random people, and basically you're on this very small Fire Emblem style map grid, square grid map, and all three players are automatically moving around, and you cast spells and use attacks on enemies that spawn. And the idea is there are two disciples of Light, right? And then there's one person who randomly gets selected as a Shadow, as a traitor, and you have to, as the traitor, try to damage the disciples of Light without letting them realize that it's you. However, from the little bit I've played so far, it's been painfully easy to deduce who exactly that is. I've only done a couple of matches online, and it's launch day. People don't really know what they're doing, myself included, but every time I've been able to figure out who the traitor is because, well, it's usually just the person who's alive at the end. People, I'm sure, will get better at this as time goes on, but it is very weird. It's cool to have like a multiplayer Fire Emblem thing from Nintendo, and it's really cool to see them do another mobile game. I didn't think they would do more. The last game we had, I guess, was it Mario Kart World, or I guess Pikmin Bloom? That's kind of a separate thing. So really from DNA and Nintendo, it was Mario Kart World. And of course, Fire Emblem Heroes is the most popular Nintendo mobile game. It's the one that's still going strong with new content. But Fire Emblem Shadows, we have another pillar of Nintendo's mobile strategy now. I'm not so sure how I feel about it. So it has this chibi art style. I think the art style's fine. You have a whole new cast of characters. Good designs, good voice acting so far. The music is very much Fire Emblem. They reuse some sounds from like the UI and stuff that you would hear in like Awakening or Fates on the 3DS, and that's cool. The name itself, Fire Emblem Shadows, is funny because we have Echo's Shadows of Valencia, so now we have Fire Emblem Shadows, which is a little odd, very pink coded Fire Emblem game. But yeah, extremely early impressions. I'm not quite too sure how to feel about this game. I'm gonna keep playing it. There are microtransactions. Now, for some reason on my phone, it will not let me access like the currency or whatever, so I couldn't see how much they're charging for this stuff. I assume it's a lot of money. It doesn't look like there's gacha elements, at least not yet, but there is a battle pass or like a season pass that you level up while you play. And right now, if you buy that, you unlock Lyn as a playable character. There's also Dimitri in this game from Three Houses, but most of the other characters, I believe, are new. There's not too many characters on that screen, by the way. There's only like 14 here on day one. Maybe more pop up after you progress through the story more. The story's weird because you don't really play through like story chapters as far as I can tell. You just play online and rank up online, and then that is how you access more of the story. You have this main character named Kurt. Their name is just Kurt, which is funny. But yeah, the actual gameplay of just like automatically moving through this map, trying to trick another player into thinking that you're a good guy, or, vice versa, dragging spells onto enemies, and it seems a little, I don't know. I'm not sure how much depth there really could possibly be here because it is only three people. The reason a game like Among Us works, or even like Death Note Killer Within, which is another Among Us type game, the reason they work is because there's a lot of players. 3 players, you literally have a 50-50 shot of guessing right. So we will see how the balance of this all pays off if this ends up being a big success for Nintendo and Intelligent Systems. I'm not against what I've played, but also I'm not exactly impressed. It is very cool, it is very interesting that there is a new Fire Emblem mobile game, but I'm not sure I'm exactly sold on the entire idea yet. But I would love to hear what you all think in the comments down below. I just wanted to make this quick video, show you some gameplay, and talk about it a little bit here, because it's out of nowhere. This is a totally unexpected new Fire Emblem game. We have another cast of characters. If we ever get another proper Fire Emblem Warriors like crossover game, you could assume these characters might even show up in that. Or really, you can assume these characters will have some sort of crossover with Fire Emblem Heroes. I'm sure that has to be in the works. So we have a new cast of Fire Emblem heroes to look forward to seeing pop up in other spinoffs in the future. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Have you tried Fire Emblem Shadows? I would love to get a conversation going. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video once I've played a, more significant chunk of the game. It's only been out for like 2 hours, and I've played about an hour, so I think I want to, really give it some more time. Maybe I'll do a review of it. Maybe check out the microtransactions and see if they're worth it. Do a video like, hey, is it worth spending money on this game? I'm sure the answer is no. But yeah, exciting news, kind of, I guess. New Fire Emblem game. Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe here for more Fire Emblem and Nintendo content. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames and my Nintendo collecting channel over at It's Amiibo. Posted a video on this channel today, a video over there today, and I live streamed the State of Play. So a lot of content from old BoTalksGames on September 25th. Until next time, folks. Peace. I just realized it's September 24th.